On this episode, we take my dad through the Coach Sean personal training systems of assessment and show you how a thorough assessment helps with exercise selection, identifying, tackling and working around injuries, as well as goal setting. Hey guys, Coach Sean here, and today we are fixing Dad. Well, this is the start of a YouTube series, so it's not just today. It's the first day of many days. We are fixing Dad. So basically, to give you a background story, my dad works 6-7 days a week. He's a workaholic. I was gonna say alcoholic there. He does work behind the bar, but he's definitely not an alcoholic. So basically, his job is basically standing, moving around all day. You let me go, thank you very much. Moving around all day, even bringing in kegs, different things like that. My dad's not exactly a young spring chicken, so he's problems in his lower back, his knee. He gets headaches all the time, and Mother Nature as well, getting a small bit old. Sorry, Dad, you're probably listening to this, and yeah. So basically, he was talking to me about the different problems he has, especially with his knee lately. He was saying was pretty bad. So I got the idea to bring him up to the gym, go through a proper screening, a proper assessment with him, and then through that give him better exercise to do, and work on getting his health back, getting the move better, getting the feel a lot better as well. So that's the idea behind this YouTube series. So he's on his way up now from Wicklow. I'd say my mom's probably with him. So they're going to meet me in the gym now in Lucan, and we're going to do a full assessment. Let's see exactly what's causing the knee problem. Is it connected with his back? I don't know yet. And then after we do that, I'm going to give him a gym program. We have a little gym back home. They actually got it for me for my leaving cert. It was before they heard my results. But yeah, they basically, a lot of people got a lot of money or holidays and stuff away. I wanted my own gym. Go figure how I end up in this industry. So basically the exercise, different things I give him today, they would be based on the stuff he could do at home, because he wants to go back into gym again, but he instead of aimlessly doing something, and that's obviously what personal training is all about, instead of aimlessly doing something, we're going to be fixated in on his knee, his lower back problems, as well as getting overall better health from him. Could you not work hard, Jordans or something?
No.
At 29, I'll let you work hard.
No, come on. No, nice and comfortable.
Right. What we're going to do, so there's no actual mad workout today. Well, you have to be wide over these. It didn't say, yeah, but you're going to be stretching out and stuff anyway. So we basically, because you're saying your left knee was at you, right?
Both of these.
Both knees.
My elbow and both my hands.
How's your back?
Alright.
Back's alright?
Yeah, it's all right.
Alright, so it's basically your knees, your elbow.
Knees and elbow.
Right. Well, what we'll do is basically there's going to it looks like a lot of tests there. It's not as bad as it looks. We're going to go through some of these, and that'll help determine what's wrong with your knees, what's wrong with your hip, what's wrong with your elbow, and then from there, the program is built around that. Plus, lose that.
There's nothing there to lose. Oh. Wait till you get to my age and see what kind of a belly you'll have.
Okay. So after we went through what I set out for the day in terms of what we're going to be doing, we went through our different measurements, our goal settings, what he planned to do over the next couple of weeks. Then we went straight into our first assessment here. What it is an overhead squat test, and you can see there's a lot going on here. We're not too sure exactly at this stage what's causing the problems. There's an inability to keep the bar up overhead as we're squatting down. Obviously there's an issue with our knees buckling in and out. The hips aren't going back far enough, so we don't know if it's just an inability to do a squat, which is why I'm not really too mad on the overhead squat test. It's definitely a foundation that a lot of people use in terms of doing an assessment, but at the same time you can see here there's so many issues going on that we don't know exactly what's going on until we do more assessments from here, and that's what we're doing here with this exercise. So basically I'm just seeing, is it a mobility issue? Can we not get down low enough in the squat? And that's what this assessment is going to do. If you can't get low into the squat, then we know it's definitely a hip mobility issue. And then what we're doing there is I'm pushing the arms down just to see what his upper back mobility is like pretty much, because maybe that's why the bar can't go overhead. Once again, checking here now, hip mobility, seeing passively if I can turn the hips in and out. Now, if I can do it passively and there's a problem when he's trying to do it himself in terms of doing the actual squat, there could be more of a stability issue, that he has the mobility to do it but not a stability. And here I'm checking the arm. Basically, my dad has problems with his elbow, so I'm just seeing what happens passively, moving through the range of motion, if he feels any pain going through this, and then obviously if he is, I'll have to modify the exercises that I'm going to do for him. Now this exercise here is actively working see what our shoulder mobility is like. It's called wall slide. So he's leaning against the wall, keeping his lower spine flat against the wall, seeing him push right up and down, and we see we're struggling a little bit here to do the exercise. So I move on to the squat. Now with the squat, I have a feeling when I'm doing it that the upper back is going to be an issue, but I still have the hands up overhead just to go through the range of motion, just to be sure that that is definitely the problem that we're seeing earlier with the overhead squat test. So what you'll see in a second is I reverse to doing the hands out in front, stepping a little bit away from the wall. The idea of being up against the wall is just to teach the person to squat back, so I'm not leaning way too far forward, because that's going to be an issue when we have doing a goblet squat or a load on our shoulders even. We're just going to throw our center of gravity off and we're not going to be able to do a squat.
That's it. Go again. That's it. Hips back side, you push the knees out, touch the bench, back up, okay? If you can, go a little bit faster than you do the actual thing. I haven't started yet. Don't get the count. You go, you count, I want to keep doing it. Okay, right, I can't. You just keep doing it. I forgot to stop us. Do two things at once. You're raising your arm. 3, 2, 1, go. And I'm going to keep pulling that kettlebell apart. Hips out, yeah? Perfect. Make sure you touch every time. That's it. Any pain? In the back. Is it sore or? It's pretty much sore. We'll keep going. If it gets too sore, I stop. Right. That's
So my number one priority is always health and safety when I'm doing personal training. In this instance, which is pretty rare, is usually I'm looking to pick exercise that's going to challenge him enough to do it. In this instance, just because I know that with my dad, if he does X amount of squats, he's going to hit that no matter how much pain he puts himself through, which is evident there while doing the box squats. So I just got to make sure that I'm able to push him at the same time, make him able to work out, but not have that pain going through the exercise and forcing those reps. What I'm doing here now in the lunges is I'm trying to see that knee stability, because as you've seen at the start of the video, he's got problems with his knees. So I'm just checking knee stability here, core stability a little bit as well while going through a lunge. An easy way to do a lunge and set your feet right is to have a 90 degree in your knees and the back foot and in the front, the back of the knee and the front of the knee, and just shoot straight up. Keep the shoulder blades pulled back up straight, coming straight up and down. And on this one, he struggles a lot with the knees, struggling a lot with balance. So I've decided while doing this that I'm definitely going to do more squats. And what you're going to see here is I'm going to take him through a hip hinge progression. Once again, health and safety is priority. So what I'm teaching him here is that in 99% of exercises, there's going to be a straight line from your head down to your tailbone. There should always be that straight line there, otherwise we're going to bend our back. So all I'm teaching him here is just to push those hips back, keeping that hip hinge going through the range of motion. And I'm bringing back the arms into it, just trying to ensure he's able to do that even though he's got a bit of restriction in his upper back. You'll see the dowel here now in a second, well, see it right now that I'm using. That's just to reinforce the neutral spine from the head right down to the tailbone. That dowel should touch the back of his head, his shoulder blades, and the back of his hips all the way through the motion. That ensures you're keeping the neutral spine, keeping that core tight, keeping the person safe while going through the range of exercises, and not forget to snap the hips out at the end of it.
That's it. Go forward, in, and out. Yeah, try to keep the hips still, keep the arms still. So it's just one, in, out. From here, we're going to go down for a full push-up, back up. How's the elbow? Alright, grand. We're going to bring one leg out, bring that a bit further. Can you bring that there? Okay, bring that back leg down, up. Now bring your right elbow. You ever played twist before? The right elbow down, and twist up into it. Twist your hips in. How are your hips in? Alright. Okay, hands down. Bring your right leg back. Now you know it's coming next, don't you?
No, come on.
Left leg out. Bring that foot down. Right. Bring your right back leg down. Up. Left elbow down. Twist it. Okay, back. Foot back. Walk your hands back in. And over that feet. That's one. Knees down. Squat. Hands down. Walk in. Shoulder blades in. And push it. Walk your hands back in.
Most of us struggle with weakness in our upper back from slouching all day in terms of work or driving or public transport, whatever it is. A lot of times we do hunch down. So this exercise here, the YWTs, is a great exercise to really help you pull those shoulder blades right back. And obviously that was an issue earlier in some of the other tests we've done. And another exercise here is the handcuffs. Bring the arms slowly out, right back through, keeping the arms up as high as we can. And the great thing about these two exercises is that they can be done anywhere, and they're really going to benefit my dad in terms of his posture in the upcoming weeks. So here we're doing a trunk stability test. So it's a push-up test, and kept the elbows in close. He's going to explode up, and what I'm looking at here is his hips to see if the hips come up in line with the shoulders, as if it's one fluid motion coming up from his head to his heels, or if the hips seem to drop. If the hips drop, it means we've got an issue with core stability a little bit here. And you can see that my dad is wiggling his elbows on a little bit, which is why I do the test instead of push-ups. We're doing now a dumbbell press test, seeing how his elbow reacts with lighter weights, slowly pushing up and down in a neutral grip, getting his feedback here. If there's pain obviously through this exercise or any exercise, it's obviously something I'm not going to put in to his main program. Seeing as the hips were dropping a little bit while doing the trunk stability test, we're just going to go into a plank here. I'm timing him here, see if he can last 30 seconds, just holding his core in nice and tight without the hips dropping too much. And all these assessments that we've done today, they go by a joint by joint theory. So basically everything's all connected. If there's a mobility issue in the hips, it could lead to a stability issue in his knees, etc. So I'm trying to just put all the pieces together, and everyone's different, so everyone has different kind of assessments that are needed and different results through it. And through everything through all the assessments that were done today, I'm going to tailor his program, and then next week he's going to go through a full program with me from there.